like to talk today about death. I read a survey one time that said that the thing that people fear the most is to get up in front of a bunch of strangers and give a talk. That was number one fear. Number two fear was death. Now, most people will tell you that they're not afraid of dying. But most people are not telling you the truth either. There are those who say, well, there's nothing after death. I mean, it's just, you just don't exist anymore. So what would there be to worry about? A lot of people are afraid of hellfire. And so that causes them to do really strange things sometimes. I know it did me for a number of years before I finally overcome that fear of hell. Actually, death doesn't exist. It's just not there. You will never die. You were created eternally in the image of the Creator. And you won't die. You'll go from this place, the physical world, into heaven. That's where you'll go. Now, there may be some people among you who have such a fear of hell, and some people do. Some people actually think that they should go to hell. They really think that badly of themselves. And in that case, they will go to a place that you might liken unto purgatory, where they will meet with guides and spiritual teachers who will help them to understand that the hell that most people talk about, the fire and the brimstone, doesn't exist. That idea came into the religious field with the writing of Dante's Inferno. Before that time, there was no really good idea of what hell was. It's a little bit like Santa Claus. A lot of people believed in Santa Claus, but there was no good idea of exactly what Santa Claus looked like or what he done until that poem was written about Santa Claus. And since that time, he's always had a red and white suit. He's always had 8 reindeer. And that all comes from that poem. And that's the same way with hell. When people talk about hell, they're not talking about something they know about. They're talking about something that has been passed down from Dante's Inferno, a poem. And it's kind of sad because I actually know people that have killed themselves because they were so afraid of hell. Now, I know that doesn't make much sense, and I don't understand why, but I do know that it happened, and it does happen. People who don't like themselves and feel they are terrible people and stuff like that, or are more think more in that area. But I'm here to tell you that when you die, you go to heaven. And if you go to heaven with a really bad feeling about yourself, you will be helped. There will be somebody there that helps you. and get you back on the path of understanding just who you are. You're a child of God. And as such, you are eternal. Now, I sometimes wonder, you see people every day are killing each other, but they're really not. They're going to have to face those people when they die. That conflict is going to have to be resolved. Heaven, that couldn't be resolved here. It's kind of a hopeless thing. Real strong emotions, great emotions of love or great emotions of hate, tie you to the individual. So if you have a deep love of somebody and you die and they don't, you may hang around them here in the physical. You may try to involve yourself with their lives or with their business, even though you cannot. They can't see you, they can't hear you, and nobody else can either. I say nobody. Once in a while, some sensitive will see you, some psychic will see you, and you become what is known as a ghost. But your best plan is to go on into the light, let go of that, and wait. And the same thing happens with hate, great hate. You hate somebody, it ties you to them. So if you hate somebody down here enough to kill them, then you're going to be right side by side of them when you go into heaven. And that conflict will have to be resolved. So there's two things that I really want you to get out of this, is that don't fear death in any way. You're not going to hell. And don't hate others. I mean, don't try to be kind to everybody, and you'll have a good, peaceful life. And don't let people think that they're getting ahead by killing someone or getting them out of the way, or they're resolving some conflict like that, because they're not. So it's kind of sad that people think that, but they don't have a large picture of what's going on. They don't understand the whole process. So I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. Thanks for listening to me.